All right, so the deal that I have that one of my clients got is it's a mortgage overage that they're getting a guy paid on, and it was going to a blood relative, and the guy proved he was a blood relative by a DNA test. I have never had. Hey everyone, it's David here. Thank you for watching this video. Today I'm going to answer questions on my YouTube comment section, something I don't get to enough and I always enjoy getting to. So let's go ahead and tackle this. But do me a favor, if you've not subscribed, go ahead and click the link below, subscribe to my channel and click the notification link. I'd love for you to be one of my lucky winners. The latest video I did was when I put my last property on the MLS. I have a comment from Super Bowl Live IG, and Super Bowl I see a lot on my YouTube. So first of all, I want to give you a personal thank you for that. How long will it take to sell? Well, at this point, we've had it on the market for 2 weekends. I did price it a little bit high, and I knew I did, and my agent has recommended that I go a little bit lower. So I'm hoping to have it sold. Right now, the average days on market is about 29 days. So I'm hoping to have it sold within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll see here. It's still a hot market out here. Things are moving pretty rapidly, so hoping it'll sell then. Next question is, Landon, could I be one of the lucky winners for the program? Landon, I usually do, if it's an actual program, I can get you in one of our programs. I can't get you an SFN, those are far and few, but email me and I'll see what I can do for you, and I'll remember this. All right, so let's go into our next video. There's 2 on that video. Let me go into the next one here. Okay, this talks about when I switched, I transferred from being a full-time teacher into a full-time entrepreneur, and I absolutely love this. I love the life I'm leading. It is stressful because I now have a couple companies and I have to manage those, and it's a whole new ball game, but I absolutely love it. Super Bowl, appreciate the motivation. Needed to hear this. Thank you, Super Bowl. Like I said, I love it. I see you around on my videos a lot. Thank you for that. Okay, this one is extra ready to work. Hey, David, man on the fence because I have a different course but no support. Should I just roll with you guys? Well, extra ready to work. I mean, there's part of me that just wants to say yes right off the bat, but I will talk about our support. So we have, you get an onboarding coach that you can answer questions, and you have that personal connection with throughout the program, throughout your course. We also pressure our coaches to be able to get results, and we expect you guys to be able to get results, so we put a lot of pressure on our coaches on that. And on top of that, we have a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday coaching call. Our Tuesday night coach is an expert in technology and in state funds, and he's on all 3 of those nights. We have a Wednesday night mortgage overage specialist. The guy does over $100,000 a month in mortgage overages. And then we have our Thursday coach, and she has done several tax overages as well as bankruptcies. So we have quite a diverse staff of coaches that are here to guide you and help you, as well as the technology to help support that. So that's what our program consists of. I would try to go through your existing program and see if you can make something work with it. Maybe ask me a question here, I'll try to answer it. If not, yeah, we'd love to have you. Okay, Amanda, I taught school for 28 years in a primary school. So I taught kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd graders. I retired for almost 10 years and I don't regret retiring at all. At all is in caps. I want to do surplus funds so I can match my monthly income, then double and then triple it, and then add a 0 to the monthly income. I now have coming in 30,000 coming in. Amanda, first of all, God bless you for being a teacher. My heart is always there with teachers because I've just, I was there. And I will say that when I first started teaching in the 2000s, it was a lot of fun. When I saw it at the end, it was, I had class sizes between 40 to 42. And with me personally, I did polls in some of my classes, 68 to 70% of my students failed coming in. That means anywhere from 28 to 30 students out of a class size of 40 to 42 had failed previous level math. And I was in high school at that point. You're not a teacher. I was more of a glorified babysitter. Some people would argue with that, but for me, I didn't have the energy to go ahead and do what I needed to do. And it's hard because we used to have a basic class, like a fundamental class that kids could come in, and it was a very hands-on, and they would learn and they would get basic math, and it was something that got them going, and the district decided that was too negative. Then they decided everyone had to be at a certain level, and literally, like, you can't make the decisions there. You just have to go with what you're dealt. And I like this because when I'm chasing surplus funds and I'm working with people, you get to decide who you want to work with. If there's someone who sounds kind of leery on the phone, you cannot work with them, and you make the calls here, and I absolutely love that. So yes, and what I really like on what you just said is everyone in this business starts off small and they work their way up. Spencer and I, when we started off Surplus Fund, and a lot of you have heard this story before, we started off at my kitchen table and we went 19 webinars before we had our first sale. And for me, it was a little bit painful because I was used to house flipping. I was used to bringing in some additional income, and I had put everything I had into the surplus fund. I was also working surplus fund leads and I had given that up. So here I am sitting down doing this business with Spencer, 19 webinars before our first sale. You always hit turbulences in any business, including this one. You've got to be consistent. You have to have continuity. I just had a interview with one of our coaches, Dylan Hepner, and if you want, go back and listen to that. If you have questions on that, one of the things he says is like, one of the questions I ask him is, what would you say it takes to succeed in this business? Dylan's response, and I couldn't agree with him more, is you've got to have continuity and you've got to have consistency. Those two things will help you succeed. I say start off small because you never know when you're going to mess up on a deal. You'd rather mess up on a small deal, learn from it, and then work your way up the ladder from there. So love it. Love the fact that you're in this and considering this. And yeah, I hope to see you around the program if you're not already in. I do have Amanda in, so I'm not sure if you're the Amanda there or not. Hey, David, can I buy the program on the website still? Don't see a checkout page. Landon, if that's the case, email me. There should be, if you go to up on top here, right underneath my link here, there's a surplus fund order. If I click that, you could get the free training. And if I click that, it asks you for your information. If you actually just want to buy the course, email me if you don't have the link, and I'll have someone get in contact with you. That'd be the easiest thing to do. All right, let's go to the next video. I'll do one more here on answering videos, and then we'll go ahead and we'll call this Plain Sense. Love that name. Great video, David. That's a gist of this business. Get a potential client on the phone and convincing them this is real. And just because you get a yes to send info doesn't mean you get the deal. You still have to work the lead to sign up. Absolutely. In fact, in a typical business plan, you have your before, during, and after. And like you look at a business, what do they do before? What do they do during? What do they do after with their client base? With us, the before would be getting the prep work ready, like the leads, the phone numbers, the skip trace, you get all that ready. The during is making contact and letting your client know that they have unclaimed funds that you're trying to help them get. And the after is following up with the client, making sure you do what you say you're going to do, making sure, like, I have a deal right now in Florida and I'm having a heck of a time getting some of the paperwork, and I'm still trying to communicate with my client like, hey, I got this deal, I'm still getting you paid, and not getting her discouraged. Because she's saying, are you for real? And it's like, yeah, I'm for real. But you know, you just have to be consistent with this. A true expert on the phone, cannot believe it. Congratulations on the 40,000. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Landon, appreciate that. Amanda, thanks for this video that you have provided us for newbies. You also have to answer questions on the fly. Yeah, you do. So Amanda, you bring up a very good point here. And what I like about what you just said is questions that you have to answer on the fly. So if I ask you what is script, it's basically what you're gonna say. If someone goes up and gives a speech, it's a script that they have. If someone does something, it's preparation. You should know your script in the back of your hand, because what if someone says, I believe you, let's do business right now? What if someone says, how did you get my info? Someone says, how do you know this information? Someone says, what's your process for getting me paid? You have to be able to answer any one of those single questions and be able to answer them right on the spot. You're having this batted at you, and you've got to be able to answer these and help your client be able to let them know that you're the real deal. So absolutely, and yeah, being ready for it, knowing it, and it comes natural, and you have to have it, come natural. I do have a deal, I'll tell you about it. One of my clients just got, and I've never seen a deal like this. And whenever I just say I've seen it all, this one, and I'll share with you at the end of the video, I got an email on a deal that I literally did not see this one coming from one of my clients. This is a textbook cold call. Thank you for that, Super Bowl. I appreciate that. All right, so the deal that I have that one of my clients got is it's a mortgage overage that they're getting a guy paid on, and it was going to a blood relative, and the guy proved he was a blood relative by a DNA test. I have never had, and he wanted to know the legalities of how to prove that with the paperwork in the courts. So in this business, I don't ever say I don't know if I'm talking to a client on the phone. I will say, let me check into that and find out for you. I just did a whole video on a deal in California. I actually walked through a deal from the beginning to the end of it, and I show you how I worked the deal. If you don't know the question to what someone answers you, I come back with Okay, that's a new one that I haven't seen one quite like that. Let me check into that exact process. I believe it's this, but I want to verify before I give you. Again, that's telling everyone that you're not acting like you know everything that you don't. You're kind of pointing people in the right direction, like, hey, let me find out, let me see if this is true or not, and then you're going from there. So absolutely. So I think that's great, and that was a great question. So let me tell you, if a guy came out with a response like that, and I'm not waiting for it, what I would say is, let me find out for you. Like, let me double check and make sure I do that correctly. Let me just double check with my legal team. Let me verify with my source. Let me do whatever it is that you're gonna do, and boom, you got it and you have it. Hey everyone, I wanna thank you for watching this video. Do me a favor, if you're not subscribed, click the link down below, subscribe to my channel, click the notification link. I'd love for you to be one of my lucky winners, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you a lot.